Jai Gurudev, everyone. It's quite a different world in what's happening around since the last time we met. Things that are happening in Europe. Can you hear Akshara? You can hear? All right. So we can do two things that will help. And one is to pray. And the other is, like Guruji always says, be positive in life. No matter what's happening around us, we can pray and we can be positive. So anyway, today, the meditation will be, Babaji is going to be with you in the silent meditation, and we're to meditate on the eternal now. And whatever happens between you and Babaji in the silent meditation, that's individual. But the focus is the eternal now. We know that there really is no past and future. It's how we experience it here, because the past, we can't be in the past. It's not there. We're in the now. And the future, when we get to what we think of as the future, it's still now. So it's forever now. But on earth, we experience time as past, present, and future. But the masters want us to be aware always that this is just the time on earth, and to focus on the now and not live in the past or the future. You can know about them, but focus on now, because this is all we have right now. No matter where Guruji is, anything that's going on. Right now, we are here on this Zoom call, and that's what we focus on. And Guruji tells us that we are bound by time and limited by time. And he says no place else is there time like here. It's the earth time is different. But Guruji tells us that the soul is not limited by time. He, again and again and again, he tells us that. And so we know that it's important. Guruji tells us that the concept of 100 years, the concept itself, could be only a few seconds as experienced in divine time. I want to first, before we get into the meditation with Babaji, I want to tell a story about an experience in the etheric with Mahavatar Babaji, Divine Mother, several years ago. And in that, I was in divine time. And I'll tell the story about it, but I want you to understand that I was in divine time, but also my body was experiencing earth time. I know exactly, because of what I was doing, how much time passed when I was in this divine time, how long that felt like when someone asked when I get back to earth time, and how long actually it was. And it's a demonstration of how this is. This earth time as we know it and divine time is totally different. There's only now. And there's no way really to explain it unless you experience it. And Mahalaxmi gave me that great blessing. So the story is, I live in America, United States, and close to Denver, Colorado in the United States. And in Denver, there is a yoga studio called Samadhi. I was taking yoga lessons at that time. My daughter's an instructor, yoga instructor. And, but I had not been to this studio. And when I went into the room where I was going to an Om chanting, not of Bhakti Marga, it was a friend of a friend that was doing an Om chanting in this yoga studio. And when I went into the room that was designated for that, I looked on the wall, and one total wall was this huge, beautiful mural of Mahalaxmi, Divine Mother. And I just was so touched. I made sure I sat looking at it for the time my eyes would be open, before and after the oming. And while as people were coming in, I just was meditating with Mahalakshmi. So when the Om began, the facilitator had one of the Tibetan brass bowls. You know what I'm talking about, the brass bowl. And they have the, the wood stick, pretty thick, round wood stick. And when they rub it around or take it around the rim of this bowl, it makes a beautiful sound, a beautiful musical sound. And so the facilitator told us, I will play this and we will begin the Om chanting. And 45 minutes later, I will play this brass bowl again, a bowl, and you're to open your eyes and come back to present time. So we knew that that was the signal for to go into and out of the Om chanting. So we all close our eyes as instructed, and immediately, I lost consciousness of the body, totally. I mean, I wasn't even aware of being me in a body. And I found myself spread-eagled against a wall. I mean, flat, my whole body, my hands and my feet were spread-eagled out like that, like that, and my feet also. And I'm just aware of that. That's all. This is me, and I'm there. And I know that I'm to climb this wall. I'm to get up to that wall. And there was no way. It was like wood, like a very polished, beautiful, smooth wood, curved wall. But I'm standing in the middle, and I was to go up there. I knew somehow was what I was supposed to be doing. And there was nothing to hold on to. And it was kind of, like polished wood can be very slippery. And I look up, how am I going to get up there? I have to get up there. Not even thinking about what's up there. And I look up, and like on a stage above on this wall stood Mahalakshmi. She's looking down at me and smiling like, okay, you have a fix. You're in a fix. What now? Like that, I was imagining. And so I just stayed in that position, totally flat against that wall. And I said to her, Mother, I can't come any farther. There is nothing to hold on to. That's what I said to her, just spontaneously. I have to get up there where she is. And she smiled. I felt 5 years old, or young. And she said, reach me your hand. I'll bring you up here where I am. And sorry. So I could stay against that wall, I kept my right hand there. I kept my right hand there on the wall. And I reached my left hand up, and she took my left hand. She bent down and took my hand, and she lifted me up just like I'm a feather. There was no weight to my body, none. And she took me up where she was and put my feet on the floor, and we're standing there together. Mahalakshmi, Divine Mother, in the form that I resonate with. And so then what happened, very beautiful. She smiled and she said, I want to introduce you to my husband. And I thought, whoa, she's going to introduce me to Narayana Vishnu, her husband? I know that in Hinduism, they're called consort, but she said husband. And I thought, okay, I'm going to meet Narayana and Vishnu. We know that they are one because Narayana is unmanifested and Vishnu is manifested. So I'm going to meet them. And I was very excited. And so she kept holding my hand. Oh, I forgot to say, I have notes here and I'm forgetting to look. But anyway, when I was down on this, before she took me up there, I noticed that over to the right, my right, be her left, was a blue misty fog. It was blue, like fog, you know, but it was misty blue. I wasn't paying attention to that, but now I'm aware of that. I'm up there with her. She's brought me there, and I'm aware of that blue light, that blue fog that's lit. And so we walk over to the side of this blue wall, and she let go of my hand. It didn't say anything. And I knew that I was to walk around to the front of this mist and look inside. I just knew that I walk around and look inside this light, this fog. So I do that. And lo and behold, I look inside, and there is Narayana. You don't see him, but it was in a form of blue marble, about 9 feet tall. And it looked like someone had began this carving, and I knew it was representative of Narayana, but it was blue marble, 9 feet tall. And it looked like, you know, it was unfinished. Narayana in a statue, Murti baby, unfinished. And it looked like, I told someone the story, and I said, well, it looked like a Lego person, kids Lego. And she said, this is gallery in Germany. And she said, oh, you mean like the kids that have the Transformers? You know how it's a man or whatever, but it's kind of block style, not really defined. The head, you know, and all this was no eyes, nothing. But I understand that's representing Narayana. Mother's showing me Narayana, the Supreme Lord. And I was so happy, even if it was in that form and not like a human person. But amazingly, out of this marble transformer form stepped the living, breathing, colorful, talking Vishnu, a human, like a human form. Total, everything in the finest detail was there. And all the Hindu god clothes of Krishna and Ram, all the finery, all the necklaces, and the gold belt, and the bare chest with these necklaces, and hair curly down to the shoulders, the whole thing about the Hindu gods. There it was, right alive, right in front of me, Vishnu. And what he did was, and I thought, oh, yes, Narayan and Vishnu. She's introducing me. Mother is introducing me to her husband, the Supreme God, the Supreme Lord. And Vishnu started walking forward. He was coming toward me. It was a ways back, this marble statue, or Murti, I guess we call it. And so he started walking, and, you know, proud and straight and elegant and beautiful. And he's coming toward me. I'm outside the fog, the blue mist. I'm outside it. So he came to the edge from inside. He came to the edge of this blue fog mist. And it's like there was something about a foot high down on the bottom of this fog. And he actually, like, I couldn't see what it was, but he actually stepped over whatever that was and came out to where I was, out of that energy, that blue mist. And he talked to me about spiritual things. And I remembered at the time a few things he said, but now I don't because I didn't write it down. But he talked to me about spiritual things, Vishnu. And so all of a sudden, he's talking. I hear this bowl singing. And for a moment, I think, oh, I'm supposed to go back. I'm supposed to open my eyes. I'm listening to Vishnu. I don't care about those people in that bowl. I'm being very inconsiderate, that singing, and I'm supposed to open my eyes. I'm listening. And so after a bit, here it comes again. I'm hearing the singing bowl going. I'm supposed to open my eyes. No, I'm listening. Talk, Vishnu. The third time, I was more conscious, and I thought, you know, I have to go back. My destiny is to go back. I don't want to go back, but I have to. I have to go back. I thought of these near-death experiences, that's what people say. That's what it was like. I did not want to come back, but I knew it was my destiny. I had to at third ringing of the bull. So at the end of that thought, I have to go back, it's my destiny. Boom, I'm back totally in the body. And I open my eyes, everybody's looking at me. I don't know how long that was that I didn't open my eyes, because they're waiting. You know how it is in the Om chanting. They wait till the last person. And so I was feeling a little guilty, but that was it. Oh, I wanted to say it was 45 minutes, and about the time, it was 45 minutes. I know for the first time how long I was in the etheric or in this place of where they appeared, whatever the etheric part of that is, whatever dimension or vibration was. And so I knew it was 45 minutes. And so I thought later, well, how long was it? I was in divine time. There is just now. There is just now. And you can't even explain it. It just is. And if I had to say, if I would want to share what it might have been, the time there, it'd be less than the blink of an eye. And all of that happened. And I think it was just my Lakshmi's way, my Divine Mother's way of showing me divine time and earth time, how it's, both places are so natural. But like Guruji says, you know, that, what did he say? That, you know, 200 years might be a few seconds on earth, a few seconds. So it was 45 minutes and it felt like that, but all that happened. So I thought that was a good example of the difference in now and staying in the now. Because even though we have to experience past, present, future, because that's the design the Lord has made here, we are to also be aware that everything is now and to prepare ourselves for existing in divine timing when the time comes. So, so with that explanation then, we will do the silent meditation now. And Babaji will, of course, as always, be with each of you, and you experience it with him, whatever it is that happens for being in the now with him, and whatever experiences come to you in the silent meditation, that will be the focus. So go ahead and close your eyes, and we'll begin the silent meditation. And then I will let you know when the time is right to come back. Jai Gurudev, everyone. Jai Gurudev. So open your eyes and start to be centered in your body and in the room where you are. I hope you all had a nice meditation with Babaji. So we'll give a minute for everyone to get back centered into the body, oriented in the room. So I'd like to ask if anyone has something you would like to say about the meditation, your experience, or a question, a spiritual question, or so forth. We will open, if you will, Akshara, could you explain what they do to?
Yes, of course. Please, yes, use the little emoji hand, and I will see you and allow your mic to unmute.
If you want to share an experience or have a question, now's the time. Just let.
Jai Gurudev, thank
Jai
you very much. What you described in the beginning about the story that you have been through sounds to be like God realization, isn't it? No, because that's it, right?
I would hope. I can't say, but
yeah.
but it was all, you understand, Mahalakshmi, she did that for me. So yeah, a nice thought.
Yeah. Thank you very much. It was fantastic today.
Thank you. Thank you for being with us. Jai Gurudev. Anyone else?
Jai Gurudev. 54 years ago, my son was 8 months old in a crib. I was getting ready to go to bed. I pulled the covers up to my chin, and then I was suddenly looking down on my body, pulling my covers up. Then I thought, well, wow, there I am. What's going on? And then I turned around and Shirdi Sai Baba was in the room. And I went right over to him and bowed at his divine feet. And I said, I am not going back down. Not want to go back down. I'm not going, not. He said with his beautiful eyes, you have to, you have to. And then I argued with him. I'm not going back down. I'm not going back down there. I don't want to go back down to that place. He said, you have to, you have to. And he looked so sweetly at me. And then I just kind of folded into my body and I woke up. I did not know that it was Shirdi Sai Baba at the time. It was like 20 years later that I found out. But what an adventure it has been. And thank you so much for sharing your story today. Jai Gurudev.
Thank you, Mother Goose. Thank you. Beautiful.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.
So I recently joined the Amrita from Babaji group, and I shared a sutra that came to me a couple of months ago, and then I added to it. It came, the rest actually at the beginning. I just thought of it the day that I was going to share the sutra, so I fine-tuned it and shared it, and it was on the 22nd of 2022. So there was the month was 2/22/22. So I thought that was an amazing occurrence. And though I haven't shared the experience I had when sharing the sutra, at least on the text, on the messaging of the channel, I'd like to do so now shortly. It was an amazing experience for me. I just felt like there was like a sun was rising and another sun was reflecting the light, and it was like I felt my heart was that one side, one of the suns, and Babaji was the other one. We were both coming together in alignment at that time. And yeah, it just felt amazing just to share that particular sutra, because I've shared a couple others afterwards, but the first one, that one was very powerful for me, and it was a really wonderful experience. And then also regarding this one picture that you shared with Babaji and this diamond in the background, looks like a diamond in his third eye too.
Yeah.
It was beautiful, very beautiful. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Actually, she's in Portugal. She does a lot of the artwork in the ashram in Germany and around. She did that, and it's really beautiful. Yeah.
It is. I shared it with my mom, and she said, "Oh, it looks like a mountain and the water under the mountain." I'm like, "Wow, well, you have the eye of an artist. I did not see that." So it was really amazing. Yeah. So it was a beautiful picture, for sure.
Excuse
And
me.
today,
Oh, go ahead.
oh no, go ahead. Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Name and country. I can't see it. There's something over it.
Oh, it's Sky Arlay.
Yes, I thought I read. You're in the U.S.
Yeah. I'm in Carmel, California. Yeah.
Okay, so Babaji did comment one of your sutras, right?
Yeah, the first one I shared. Yeah.
I remember. Thank you.
It was amazing.
And do you have more to say? Go ahead, please.
Oh, yes. Well, today, during meditation, of course, when I was trying not to have any expectations, this is when more of a feeling came,
Right.
and I saw like it was a drawbridge in my mind's eye. I saw almost like going into a palace, a drawbridge coming down, and Babaji is standing there. But I don't. It's hard to see if I made it up in my mind as a fantasy or if it happened organically. I guess it did, and at any rate, and and I just saw him standing there. Probably put some armor or cool garb on him or whatever happened, but it was just like a cool little thing that happened. So I wanted to share that. It looked like he was, at the drawbridge and going into the sacred palace. He was there.
Medieval time.
Cool. Yeah.
Maybe you were in a time like that. But, he does promise. He's there in these meditations. A lot of people can, they know he's there. And the masters always meet you where you are. And so that was your experience. And you might just consider it was really him there being with you, because that's the idea behind these meditations. And to keep on, and the Amrita channel itself is to just keep building this relationship with the divine, with Babaji being representative of the Supreme Lord, the Param Guru. And so I think you can take it on.
Yeah. It'll be an amazing adventure.
On the diamond, it's a real experience. Yeah.
Jai Thank you. Thank you, Swamini.
Jai Akshar is looking for someone else. Here we go. Shaker Dev.
Renat, you are on.
Yeah,
We
Jay
can hear you.
Jai Gurudev. I'm sitting outside here, and it's not very calm. I didn't experience anything during the meditation, but I am out of my mobile internet, so I had to come here. And I was thinking a lot recently what you shared in the Amrita channel about your experience in Badrinath.
Yes.
It reminded me of 10 years ago. I was with Bhakti Marga pilgrimage not with Guruji, but with Bhakti Marga. We were also there, and it was for me physically very exhausting. You know, it's Himalaya at least. And somebody asked me, did you have any spiritual experiences? And I thought, thinking hard, the only thing was when we went with these donkey-like horses from this little Tibetan village up to the very famous waterfall. What waterfall?
Mhm.
How do you say waterfall? And it was so calm and so peaceful because they kept these animals very well, and I really felt so much peace and joy.
Mhm.
I didn't think it was really a spiritual experience, but it was the only thing. And so maybe there's more behind. You have to think about that still. No mad shadow around, no dog. But it was this feeling of very, very, very beautiful landscape. And the other Kedarnath was not nice because I was fighting with the horse who was biting me all the time.
Yeah.
So this I still have to think about it. I started coming closer to Babaji last year when there was the 40-day meditation, and also through your guided guided meditation. But today I thought maybe Babaji wants to teach me also that I have to be not dependent on this meditation.
Yeah. Well,
Thank you so
you
much.
know, when you say that you didn't have anything happen, are you still there, Renata? Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just offered.
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, I would just offer this suggestion to think about. I think you are experiencing something, but it can be something other than seeing. It can be a feeling, it can be a knowing, it can be, the other senses may be there. I think you are experiencing, it's a possibility that you're experiencing something. If you'll allow yourself to open up to what am I experiencing here? Not necessarily that you see something, okay? But you may feel something, know something, understand something.
Yeah.
Okay? Just as a suggestion to think about. Okay? Because Babaji is definitely there. He's definitely there. And just if you could focus on him and be aware of whatever is happening within you, you might be aware of more experience. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Jai Gurudev.
Thank you so much. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.
So your experience with Vishnu Narayan remind me of an experience I had also in chanting years ago in the ashram in the old temple. I think it was one of the first times I did chanting. And we began, and all of a sudden, Krishna was there on the air, also with this sort of blue fog around him. but it was not so much about himself. This blue fog was the unconditional love. So I could have this glimpse of what unconditional love is. And I just thought it's something so big, so overwhelming. How can I can only speak for myself. How can I feel this unconditional love for anybody? Because it's too big for me, human. And it was really an incredible experience. It lasted the whole chanting. I just cried. In fact, when it finished, everybody was there with handkerchiefs or some sweet or something, because I think they thought I had some sad experience. Instead, it was really marvelous.
Yeah.
And I'm just sorry I couldn't have that sort of experience again.
Yeah.
It was not the first time I experienced Krishna during meditation or something, but lately it's rare that I have that sort of strong experiences.
Well, just stay open, as Guruji keeps telling us. Just stay open to the possibility, and if it's needed, or if there's something, the masters will bring it. Just trust and have faith in that, I would suggest. Okay, it can happen. It can happen again.
Thank you.
Just have faith. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.
Okay, there is no one else with a hand up.
All right. So thank you, everybody, for being here. Let's keep praying and staying positive about the world situation that is happening. We know that everything is in divine order, no matter how it may look or what we feel about it. It has to happen or it wouldn't be happening. And so we can just pray and stay positive. Hope to see you all next time. And thank you for coming. Jai Gurudev. Love.